Were President Biden's comments regarding the growing tension overseas. His comments about an incursion versus an invasion were highly criticized, adding that he believes that Russia will invade Ukraine and warned it would pay a price for doing so. Listen.
I think he still does not want any full-blown war, number one. Number two, do I think he'll test the West, test the United States and NATO as significantly as he can? Yes, I think he will.
Joe Khalil has reaction from lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Joe, the White House put out a statement appearing to clarify the president's remarks specifically about Ukraine and Russia, which some found very unsettling.
Yeah, I mean, the question here on Capitol Hill and seeing what President Biden said yesterday is what to do about it. What is the next immediate step? And I think there is unanimous agreement that inaction is not going to be an option, that everybody here, Democrat, Republican, are pushing for something. But yesterday, Republican senators came forward and said that they don't think we need to wait for Russia to invade Ukraine. They feel at this point it is going to be an inevitability, which is also what President Biden said. They're calling for those sanctions that the White House has been talking about right now. And yesterday, we put the question right to Republican senators who were calling for this, asking, there have been cyber attacks already that Russia has levied on Ukraine. Does that in itself constitute or warrant this serious response from the U.S.? And here's what Republican senators told us in response to NewsNation's questions.
People like Mr. Putin, that if he's going to engage in cyber operations that are detrimental to other countries, he can expect retaliation. And we have that capability today, and it is critical that President Biden retain that.
Enough has been done for us to punch back a little bit. And right now I think Vladimir Putin is saying, thank you, Mr. President, but words are cheap. And it's time to demonstrate some action.
It's time to punch back. So we heard that from a number of Republican senators, again, who were not really satisfied with what they heard from President Biden yesterday. Now, when we talk about these sanctions, Adrian, just to be clear, we're talking about sanctions that could seriously cripple Russia's economy in their financial sector, in their defense sector, and most importantly, in their energy sector, which is really what brings in the bulk of revenue to Russia. So that is what the White House has called for, and that's what Republicans are saying. Don't wait. Let's do this right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Joe. We want to go to breaking news out of the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.